When you step out post the lockdown, you want to be sure that you're going somewhere safe. A signature location in the capital which is bound to follow strict protocol is none other than the Taj Palace Hotel. Located in the beautiful heart of Chanakyapuri, I made my way to the expansive property to check out the services available if I wanted to book a stay or just work elsewhere for a day. Nayan, hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to have you.
Great to have you. Oh my gosh, you're completely decked up and ready to go. This is the new normal?
Well, in this new normal, we are very excited. We're kind of lovely to open up the doors for all our patrons and get them coming in to the hotel and experiencing what the legendary IHCL and the Taj service is all about.
It's beautiful to be back here to enjoy the sheer expanse. And I saw that you have everything automated, starting right from the security checking on you to coming on and sort of the sanitizer, the temperature check. It's actually all automated.
Yeah, so that's part of our kind of whole philosophy of iZest, which stands for basically IHCL Zero Touch Transformation. So we did do a lot of initiatives where we want to ensure physical distancing starting at the paid porch and not that people gather in groups over there. And when you enter, we also put a sanitizer over there so people can hand sanitize. And we've removed the person also giving further physical distancing between the security guard and the guest coming in by putting it automated kind of a temperature check happening.
So you've actually still been here, haven't you, since the lockdown, managing all the Vande Bharat guests. So it's not entirely new for you to be back at work.
No, so this hotel, actually, the Taj Palace never shut. We, from the day of the first lockdown, which was on the 24th of March, we were housing our regular guests and also the long stayers who were staying with us in that period. And some of them got stuck because of the lockdown. And we continued housing them. And going forward, then, while it was tough to operate a hotel for just a very few rooms staying with us, few guests staying with us, but we continued doing them and being of service to them. Just to keep the hotel, guests, and all associates safe. We also kind of housed a large number of our associates in the hotel to provide service to them and maintain the property. Then, of course, the Vande Bharat, as you mentioned, was a mission started by the government to repatriate fellow Indians. And we participated in that. And we created, a separate entrance, separate floors, and even a separate set of associates servicing those guests. So yes, you're right in a way that this particular hotel never shut, and it's open to function normally in this new normal.
Well, I've heard a lot about your garden suites, and the Taj Palace has always been known for its lawns, actually. Are you seeing people coming in? The individual travelers, are they coming back now?
Well, there's been a phenomenal response from the day that we opened. We saw people, I think so they were all quite caught up in their own houses and they wanted to step out. So we did see people coming in for the weekend stay or the short staycations. And we have rolled out those innovative campaigns, also staycations in the hotel and urban gateways. So people have already started coming in for that, and slowly, steadily, the occupancies are picking up. It's a matter of time when they have more faith and confidence, which as it is immense in the brand IHCL and Taj. There's a lot of trust already there. So they definitely appreciate the kind of measures that we have put in, and they've already started coming in.
So should we go take a look at one
of
the suites?
Sure, most welcome.
Yes, all right, let's do that. This is beautiful. This is
well, it's one of the lovely suites that we have, and it has a private terrace and a garden for you. So, well, in these times, people are preferring to be there, and fortunately, even the Delhi weather has been a little more, receptive to the fact that people can't sit outside. that's your in-room dining menu now, which is
Okay.
unlike a whole big folder. You just have a QR code, and you can just scan through your device, and you'll have the entire menu, and brought to you from the in-room dining. And just to let you know, to ensure absolute safety of our guests, we have installed HEPA filters, which actually do not permit any of the virus transmission. Also, the temperature in the suites and the rooms have been maintained at 24 degrees and above, as recommended by the local authorities and the government.
Okay. Let's go take a look at the terrace. Yeah. How nice. Beautiful.
It's always good to be out in the open, get some fresh air.
So how long do people typically come in and stay for?
So this place, we are generally getting people coming in for about 2 nights of a stay, because we are primarily a business hotel, and currently we are getting guests typically coming for their staycation or kind of taking a break from a very long lockdown that they were confined to their places. And so there is enough of pent-up demand that's coming in, and we're seeing some good occupancies coming up.
Lovely.
I'm sure the confidence will build and more.
Yes, because you also have meeting rooms that are very spacious, again with a lovely view, so they can take advantage of that. They can actually work from here.
Yes, so we are very keen to get people coming and working and staying with us. Meeting rooms and the banqueting, we got large spaces, but currently at the moment we are adhering to the government norms of only restricting it to 50 people, though there is enough and more queries coming in, but the larger events at the moment cannot happen. And another factor is that a lot of things still continue to be happening virtually.
Okay. What about housekeeping, Nayan?
So we have all the rooms getting serviced as normal. The only thing is that the hygiene and sanitation levels have been further amplified, and not only to take care of the safety of our patrons, but also of our associates. So the associates are fully into a full PPE or a personal protection, which includes a hazmat suit, especially for housekeeping staff. And so they've been doing all that. And more importantly, once a guest checks out, we are, after the sanitization and cleaning of the room, we are resting the rooms for minimum of 24 hours, just to ensure that the room is absolutely from any kind of contamination, and it's a full comfort to our incoming guests.
And you're also offering a lot more of contactless experiences, from check-in to even your stay. I think most of it can be done online.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, we came up with our IZEST philosophy, which is IHCL Zero Touch Transformation. And in that whole process, the check-in process has gone online. So whatever paperwork was required to be done upon check-in is all being emailed across to the incoming guest. And once they come in, they just don't have to do any signing off that. They just sign off on their device. And just like a checkout process, the payment link again goes on the device and can be settled. So kind of we're minimizing human touch as far as possible on that.
And what's the next step now? Do you think the travel will open up? Do you feel that if there's still a lot of apprehension with people wanting to get out, or are you already starting to see more and more visitors wanting to come in, even for a meal or a cup of coffee? Or
no, so the response has been very positive from the day we opened. We've seen occupancies going up, and we're picking up good occupancies on a daily basis. Simultaneously, the incoming visitors to our restaurants have also been increasing. So the response overall has been very positive. Yes, on the corporate front, a lot has happened in this pandemic period through virtual. So that probably will continue till the time a lot of international travel comes back to normal. I think so the government has given a good boost through the air bubbles, and diplomatic movement and others have already started happening.
I have one other question. What about the pool?
Well, that still is closed. The pool and the gym still remains closed as per the norms decided by the government. And we shall abide and await for the opening of those.
Well, Nayan, thanks so much for sharing all of that with us. We're going to take a quick look and show you some of the highlights of the room, the terrace, the property, We'll take a quick break back on the other side, where we're going to actually go and have a look at the restaurant and some of the precautions that are being taken over there. Well, we're walking through the lobby here at the Taj Palace Hotel. We also wanted to experience the dining facilities. The restaurant is now open. We're heading towards Capital Kitchen to get a sense of the SOPs that they need to follow at a time like this here at Capital Kitchen. Everywhere you go, of course, this is essential. Starting off with this, and then we're going to, of course, meet the F&B manager here who will run us through some of what's on offer at this time. Hi, Arshad.
Hello, welcome to Capital Kitchen.
How are you?
Very well, all good. How are you?
Good. So you're up and running again.
Absolutely.
And I hear you've also been offering a lot of delivery services and hampers.
True. So we have been doing a lot of deliveries, hampers in the last few months where we were under lockdown and the hotels were not operational. We launched a brand which is called Cumin, which is our IHCL's home delivery app, which is now active in about 9 different cities. Just a little introduction of Cumin, which is curated quality cuisine. And we promise our guests about sustainable packing, safety, hygiene, temperature check, and this all involves a select menu from our signature restaurants. So for example, in Delhi we have House of Ming, we have Machan, we have Capital Kitchen, Spicy Duck, the YBR, as all of us know from our childhood. And similarly, every city has got their best restaurant, which were definitely getting missed by their patrons. So we got the food to their residents, and the response have been great. People have been liking the packaging, the favorites which they were missing. So a lot of good feedback, positive, and we hope to do take next steps, take it forward from here. And then under hospitality home, we do hampers. So there are bakery, gourmet products, wellness hampers. Because the biggest challenge was to get fresh bakery during the tough times. A lot of people used this facility, and it helped us growing, understanding what is the requirement, modifying time to time.
And at the restaurant, and I can see you already have diners, how do you preserve social distancing? I mean, the tables are pretty well spaced out, but are customers usually concerned? Do you make sure you're at sort of a certain capacity at all times?
The seating capacity has gone down to about 50%. So automatically there's a cap on the number of people coming to the restaurant. They will be seated in a way that no one section gets full. So if we have 4 guests coming in, they'll be all in different sections. The overall service also has got a lot of physical distancing in play, a lot of touchless experiences, starting from the menu to the billing. You know, we want to reduce the number of attempts going on the table for service, which used to be earlier. No pulling of chairs.
So you do it yourself.
So you do it yourself. You pour your own water. There is the QR code menu.
Sure.
So there's no menu where you hold the menu, order, you just scan. You can try yourself, you can scan. You get the entire menu on the phone, you order, and under Taj's restrengthening commitment, we try to create the safety is the most important for us at this point of time. So after we get up from the table, it will be again sanitized with a disinfectant, because that's the only way we can ensure that the safety is the highest standard.
How do you maintain all of this for banquets? Because F&B in banquets must be a bigger challenge, right?
So banquet definitely is a bigger challenge because you look at a bigger area. But again, we have processes in place, systems in place. We opened now, so we had a lot of time to train our associates, and they have gone through rigorous trainings, standards, protocols, procedures. So on earlier, if you visit any banqueting, there are 8-10 chairs on a round table. Now it's not more than 5. The buffet itself will be distant, Similarly, no beverage service happening. It's on the counter, so you go to the counter, grab your own beverage, or take your own snack. And on the stage also, we try to maintain the kind of distance. Yes, definitely a sanitization counter at the entrance, compulsory mask for everybody. So we try to do each and every protocol that is put in place. And it's been about 3-4 days that we open, but the response has been really good. In fact, on the first day, we had more than about 50 odd patrons coming to the hotel. A few came for a coffee, a few just came to visit and say hello. But they all appreciate the standards which are put in place. And slowly, gradually, we'll have the banquet functions going off, and I'm sure the word will spread more because safety is prime. We're not going to cut corners anywhere, and no guidelines will be missed out.
We're here now with Chef Wadhwa, who better than to tell us really what goes on behind the scenes. I know many of you have questions about that as well. Chef, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, it's our pleasure.
It's great to see this in action because so many people are worried about the kind of safety and hygiene measures in the kitchen.
Yes.
You've also been very busy with your deliveries and the cumin service. So tell us how operations have changed behind the scenes.
So the operations have actually, this pandemic which was there and whatever happened in the first 4 months and now during the unlock period, it's been a great challenge for us. It's a great opportunity also. So the opportunity came, if you can't come to the Taj will come to you.
Yeah.
So that was the whole idea behind launching the cumin facility which is there, and you would have just sampled it. So it has got unique packaging, and we have a, behind the scenes, there's a lot of planning which goes on to it so that it reaches hot to the exact destination and error free, So in the restaurant probably you can again go and visit the guest, but in the cumin facility you can't.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of planning that goes behind in launching the cumin. Basically Taj at your doorstep.
Sure.
So that was the idea behind it.
And, has it been challenging to implement all these safety protocols in the kitchen?
No, not certainly, because in the kitchens, as usual, there is always a certain standard of hygiene.
Sure.
So because of the COVID facility which is there, what has happened during the last 4-5 months, it has only taken a step further. So you can see whether he is wearing a netgear, he is wearing a mask which is there, and we already have certain basic sanitation procedures which are already prevalent even before the COVID. So it's only an enhancement of assurance from our side.
Okay. What about any changes in the menu or anything that is more in demand or easier perhaps to do under the current circumstances?
So because of the pandemic and the general medical recommendations, there are two categories which are more in demand. One is the proteins and the other one is citrus fruit. So whether it is vitamin C or the citrus fruit. So there are many requests which are coming for some food or a dessert which has a citrus component or a citrus dressing in a salad. And the second thing is, as I said about the proteins, so for a vegetarian, quinoa is more in demand, tofu is more in demand, cottage cheese of course is always prevalent for the vegetarian Indians, and the non-veg have no problems at all with eggs and the meat.
What about banquets, Chef?
Banquet, since the gathering has been limited to 50 covers, so we have a different kind of a setup for banquet. Now the pre-COVID was, you could mingle around, you could go from live station to live station, and people could sit together. So those have changed. The protocols are different now. So if you go to a banquet setup today, for example, you will have tables which are far away, a minimum distance of 2 meters. There are less seats on the table. The food is put in stations far away from each other. Now it is not, there is a big linear buffet which is there, which used to be the normal thing before. So these are some of the changes we have made. And of course the menu component, as I explained to you before, has more of these things than the other regular things which are there.
You've been really busy. You were also sending out deliveries right from when the lockdown first happened.
Yes.
How has the experience been? So the kitchen must have just been going non-stop regardless.
So whether lockdown or no lockdown, the kitchen was functioning.
Yeah.
So I am thankful to my team which is there, and of course the management. We continued serving our guests, whether initially it were the medical facilities which were there, and then in a small way we started reaching out to the customers through the hospitality at home, and then the structural way of cumin which you would have just explained.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Most welcome. Pleasure's all mine.
While the contactless experience is a bit different than what we're used to, this is clearly the new normal for the near future. And the hotel, like other Taj properties, is ensuring that SOPs are followed to the utmost perfection. Nothing is more important than the safety of guests and staff. If that means you need to pull out your own chair or pour your own water, be prepared. Luxury is enjoying these beautiful views from the comfort of your room.